Kong with more on this meeting. Communication is one thing, but that doesn't seem to be the only problem these two countries have.
Yeah, there is a host of very contentious issues between the U.S. and China right now, but it has been confirmed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the White House that the U.S. National Security Advisor will be meeting with China's top diplomat in Zurich, Switzerland today at a time of high tension and deepening rivalry between these two countries. And this will be the first face-to-face meeting between Jake Sullivan and Yang Jiechi since that strategic dialogue in March in Alaska, which erupted into the scenes of confrontation that were all caught on camera. Now, today's meeting in Zurich, it comes after the Biden administration revealed its long-awaited review of its U.S.-China trade policy. We heard from Catherine Tai, the U.S. trade representative, saying that the United States is seeking frank dialogue with China and will not rule out additional tariffs. Out the Global Times, the Chinese state-run tabloid, said that China is welcoming more talks, but is not afraid of drawn-out conflict. I want you to take a close look at this statement from an op-ed in the Global Times. We'll bring it up for you, saying this, quote, "We will adhere to the consistent manner of not making concessions on principle, based on doing our own thing and not being afraid of any contest, including a protracted one," unquote. Now, the Zurich meeting also comes during a time of high tension over Taiwan. In recent days, China has been carrying out an unprecedented number of incursions by its Air Force into Taiwan's air defense zone. And U.S. President Joe Biden on Tuesday said that he and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed to abide by a Taiwan agreement. This is a statement that has puzzled many China observers this day. Apparently, he's making reference to the One China policy. This is a longstanding policy held by Washington, D.C. to officially recognize Beijing over Taipei, but a lot of confusion about what that means and exactly when those comments took place. You know, look, there has been a flurry of diplomatic activity between U.S. and China since Joe Biden has entered office. Very little progress, though, has been achieved. Back to you.
With regards to Taiwan, we're now hearing from the defense minister saying that mainland China could be capable of mounting an invasion in, the next 4 years or so, which is significant.
Very significant. These comments took place earlier today at a press conference in Taiwan by the defense chief of Taiwan, saying that China was capable of a, quote, full-scale invasion of Taiwan by 2025. The Taiwan defense chief also adding that, quote, "we will make preparations militarily," unquote. Now, we know that the president of Taiwan, Ing-wen, has also been sounding the alarm. In fact, she has just written an op-ed that is coming up in the upcoming issue of Foreign Affairs magazine, and we have an excerpt of it, we'll bring it up for you, in which Ing-wen says this, quote, "as countries increasingly recognize the threat that the Chinese Communist Party poses, they should understand the value of working with Taiwan. They should remember that if Taiwan were to fall, the consequences would be catastrophic for regional peace and the democratic alliance system. It would signal that in today's global contest of values, authoritarianism has the upper hand over democracy," unquote. Now, China claims Taiwan as its own territory, which it could take by force if necessary. Taiwan says it is an independent country that will assert itself. The United States has decried the recent incursions into Taiwan's air defense zone by China in recent days. The U.S. State Department has said that its commitment to Taiwan is, quote, rock solid, unquote. John.
Kristie, thank you. Kristie Lu Stout with all the details there live for us from Hong Kong. Thank you.
Got it.